Good morning and welcome to the Chopping Block. I am your host, the Cleaver, Colin Andrew. Today is Friday, April 26, 2019. Thank you for stopping by, first of all, and checking out my video. It means a lot. If you want to click the like button below, that would be dope. So I haven't been on the chopping block here on my channel in 2 episodes now. I did one with Stefan, and for some reason I wasn't able to download it and put it onto my channel. So if you want to check that episode out, you can go over to Aftermatch Wrestling, AFTERMATCH Wrestling, and find that episode. But let's get into today's episode. I want to talk a little bit about the shakeup that has been transpiring over the last couple weeks instead of just 1 week like it was supposed to, and how it's kind of affected all the brands, and how we are still kind of seeing the same matches from everybody in retrospect. For example, the triple threat match that we had this past week on Raw to narrow down a number 1 contender for Seth Rollins' Universal Championship was between AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Rey Mysterio. All 3 SmackDown guys. We saw Joe and AJ feud already on SmackDown. Joe and Rey just had a feud and match at WrestleMania. So we're getting the same matches just on different shows, which, kind of bugs me. We had Aleister Black on Raw and Ricochet on Raw as a team. But since I'm assuming Charlotte Flair threw a fit about her new fling Andrade being drafted to Raw and her being on SmackDown, some changes had to be made. I'm putting all my money on Charlotte Flair causing a fit on this one and getting her Cyclops titties way. But so this past week we saw Andrade, Selena Vega, and Aleister Black all shift back to SmackDown. Aleister Black was never officially on SmackDown, but that's his new home now. They split up Ricochet and Aleister Black, which they have been a team since they debuted on the main roster. And as we saw this past Monday, Ricochet had his first loss to Robert Roode. Not Bobby Roode anymore. Robert Roode. Porn stash, Tom Selleck, Robert Roode. We got an interesting promo from Black on SmackDown talking about pretty much he doesn't know who he is and yada yada yada, and we're gonna figure all that out. I don't know. I was really disappointed with the draft this year. Her superstar shakeup or whatever, how you want to pronounce it all. But I was very disappointed with it all this year. It was very lackluster at much. We got to see Roman go over to SmackDown. We got to see Elias go over to SmackDown. Sanity got broken up in this whole thing, which sucks. They were already kind of broken up when they came up to the main roster without Nikki Cross, because, sorry, you can't have a faction without the whole faction in it. They were completely wasted the entire time they were on the main roster, too. I think their biggest thing they got was when they were trying to play henchman for Shane McMahon a couple weeks ago prior to WrestleMania when they had the match against The Miz. We got to see Buddy Murphy come up from 205 Live to SmackDown Live. And we got to see Cedric Alexander move to Monday Night Raw from 205 Live. Good for them. They deserve it. Buddy Murphy's been killing it in WWE for a long time. He was an NXT Tag Team Champion, with Wesley Blake back in the day. Then he's proved himself as the juggernaut on 205 Live over the last year. He held the title from October when he won it in his hometown in Melbourne, Australia, at the Super Showdown, I believe that was what it was called, and he held it all the way until WrestleMania when Tony Nese beat him for it. The premier athlete, quote unquote, the new face of 205 Live, which it should be Drew Gulak. Noah Foster, shout out to you on that one. Hashtag 205 Live Matters. It's a great series. Go check out Noah Foster. Hashtag, or NoDQ / Noah will take you right to his stuff. So 205 Live lost two of its bigger guys, its two biggest stars, I should say. So what's next for 205 Live? Well, we got Oni Lorcan doing his thing in 205 Live, and he's making great strides at doing that. This past week, we saw him and Ariya Daivari in the number one contenders match to go against Tony Nese. Daivari ended up winning that match. Really no shocker there. The guy's been proving himself since day one here in 205 Live. So, but what's next for them? Who can we bring up to help fill that gap in the roster? They have such a small roster now, and you took two of their top guys away, so we have to do something wiggle room wise there. Drop in the comments below. Tell me what you think it could be, who it should be, etc. Noah and I touched on that the other night on 205 Live Matters /Simple Stance. You can check that out on NoDQ.com, or you can find that out on YouTube.com/users/Noah210. Let's see. NXT. We've had some messed up things with NXT here soon. So we all know who War Machine is, aka War Raiders, aka the Viking Experience, aka the Viking Raiders. We all know who they are. They are the current NXT Tag Team Champions, and they got called up onto Monday Night Raw during the Superstar Shakeup on April the 15th. So, when they got called up as a new name called the Viking Experience. What the fuck is that? It's the only F-bomb you're going to get this whole show. Complete hot garbage. So, not only do they get a name change, they don't show up with their NXT Tag Team Championships. If we remember when Kevin Owens showed up with John Cena, he had his NXT Championship. Let's see, who else showed up? When Pete Dunne showed up on Raw, he had his United Kingdom Championship. It's just like, really, why can't they bring the titles with them? Or Sasha and Bayley can take their titles to NXT when they did that. I think it's dumb that they don't have their titles. I understand Vince wants to keep NXT and main roster separate a little bit in that sense, but at the same time, look, dude, they're champions in your company. They should be, recognized as champions. If you have Corey Graves say that they are the current NXT Tag Team Champions on commentary and they don't have their belts, it looks a little stupid. And speaking of belts, we are taking all the fasteners off these titles and supplementing in Velcro straps, but the back where they, that would be showing, the title would be showing, still has fasteners for looks. But there's a picture of Seth Rollins floating around, just him in the ring, but you can tell, it's like, when you have Velcro shoes and you walk through the leaves, you're going to get some stuff stuck to it. Basically, that's what happened here, is crap all over his strap, which is very, very, very funny to me. But hey, WWE, if you're going to change to Velcro, you better drop the prices on the belts then, because $400 for a belt with a Velcro strap is pretty steep and it's pretty crappy. So hopefully once the stock that they have of all these titles with the metal fasteners like I have and so many of us other have, the price will go down on them. So with NXT, I'm glad that we didn't get too many more call-ups from the main roster, because we already kind of depleted their roster a little bit when we took away War Raiders. I'm not going to call them by their new name. They're going to be War Raiders. It took me long enough to call them War Raiders from War Machine, so deal with it. I still call the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland the Gund Arena, so whatever. In Progressive Field, it's always going to be Jacobs Field. It's always going to be, it'd be like if Shawn Michaels tried to change his name. It's not, you're going to call him Shawn Michaels. Sorry. Not comparing War Raiders to Shawn Michaels by any means, but hey, it's a verbal analysis. Like, hey, here you go. Put their, I don't think that's the word I'm looking for, but whatever. Um, I was actually shocked to not see anybody from NXT UK show up on the main roster this time around, especially Pete Dunne. He was their UK champion for 685 days until he lost it to Walter at NXT TakeOver New York the Friday before WrestleMania. I'm assuming maybe once we get the rematch, because Walter Pete 2 is happening. I'm assuming once we get the rematch that we could see something. I've either suggested him going to 205 Live for a little bit to help establish the brand because he has so many eyes on him and he weighs in at 205 pounds and has been 205 pounds as a weigh-in since we first saw him in the inaugural United Kingdom tournament back in January of 2017. So, that or he be the one to go after Johnny Gargano in the NXT Championship, which would be also great because if we remember, there was a little stare down between William Regal and Pete Dunne and a head nod, like just all right, so William Regal is still GM of NXT, and that'd be a great acquisition for NXT to get Pete Dunne, but we saw in the headlines that Harper had asked for his release from the WWE, and that has been denied by management. And they have also, in a real dick move, added 6 months to his contract to make up for the time that he missed when he was injured. So instead of it coming up in November, or no, when was it? Yeah, I think it was November of this year. It runs all the way until May of 2020. So, and I have a feeling they might just sit his ass on the sidelines too. I mean, please don't do that, WWE. Luke Harper is such an amazing talent. If you haven't watched the Worlds Collide tournament yet, him and Dominic Dijakovic, I think that's how you pronounce his name, had a banger. Their match was wonderful. My God, it was great. So go check that out in the WWE Network or YouTube or wherever you can find it. Highly recommended match. The ovation that Harper got was fantastic. So if you're not going to use him on SmackDown or Raw, please just put him in NXT and let him have some fun down there. Or, John Hubert's, he deserves it, honestly. But we also saw that Alexander Wolf had basically said goodbye to WWE, but in fact he just said bye to the main roster. So who knows what's next for Killian Dane after this. I'd like to see Killian Dane go to NXT UK and join Gallus. That would be awesome. And Nikki Cross, because if you're not going to do anything with Nikki Cross on the main roster, I mean, she has been excluded from this draft so far. She has no home show yet. She could be aligned with Bray Wyatt. We don't know. She could be because we got a new Bray Wyatt character this week. It's Mr. Rogers, basically. And he has Mercy the Buzzard, which could be Eric Young. And then we have the doll. I can't remember the doll's name, but that could be Nikki Cross easily. I'm anxious to see what comes out of this character. Bray looks good. He lost a lot of weight, cut his beard dramatically, he cut his hair, he dyed his hair. So I'm weary to see what comes out of this character with him, honestly. I was not expecting this type of a repackage, but hey, it's WWE. You don't know what to expect anymore. It is what it is. So, trying to think of some more headlines here. I don't know if anybody catches the, I know a lot of people watch WWE, but I know a lot of people don't watch a lot of indie stuff. But I don't know if anyone has picked up on anything with Enzo and Cass XL. I'm talking about Ring of Honor. Now it smells like fish in their locker room in New Japan, and how they don't care, and these dudes are making a comeback in a great way. If you hate it, deal with it, because even though WWE will never hire these guys again, I don't ever see it happening again. If it does, it does. It'd be cool. But hey, there's a lot of stuff going on between the Tongas and Cass XL and Enzo. Free Agent Z. There was a big promo video put up by Enzo the other day. It was attack at Bad Boy Tamatanga, and then he fired back, calling him a cancer to the business, real one. He's just nothing but a mark, and he doesn't respect the business, and they don't want him destroying the business, and he's just a cancer. He said cancer over and over and over. Cass cut a promo too. Your basic Cass promo. He's not the greatest talker. He is sometimes, but in this one, he just looked like a douche. So I'm interested to see where that goes. Enzo also called out Bully Ray, because at the G1 Super Special at Madison Square Garden, the night of the Hall of Fame, Saturday, April 6th, Enzo and Cass jumped the rail and attacked the Briscoes. I don't know if anybody saw it. I mean, if you haven't, I'm catching you up. If not, just deal with me for a second. We saw Bully Ray come down and try to help fight him off, this, that, and the other. Tangas, and nobody from New Japan did anything, but nobody really knew what was going on either. So they're like, screw that. He made a reference in his promo little shoot in a studio about Bully Ray. How the first time he saw him was on TV, and the first thing he said to him was the same thing he's going to say to him now: "Your slop jalop, fall back like a hairline." So, Free Agent Z is making some moves in the pro wrestling scene, as much as people don't want him to. But hey, they work best as a tag team, so it is what it is. I'm anxious to see the play out here with what's going to happen with the WWE SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. As reported, Jeff Hardy is injured. Don't know how long he's going to be out for, but it requires surgery, it looks like, so we're going to have to do something with those tag titles, which sucks because the Hardys just got them, and they won them at WrestleMania. Am I right? No, the night after WrestleMania. I'm sorry, the Tuesday after WrestleMania. And they haven't even defended them yet. And now we got to get some new tag champs. So hey, it is what it is on that end. I don't know. So I want to plug some stuff real quick before we wrap it up. This is just an offshoot video. I haven't done a video in a little bit, so I want to give you all some content. I'll get a better format next time, maybe have a guest next time. I was supposed to do the NXT party last night with Stephen, Jerry, and Noah, and I fell asleep. I had 6 hours of sleep for the first time, and God knows how long. It was wonderful. I'm sorry. I was watching the show, and I just drifted off. But you can find that on Aftermatch Wrestling, AFTERMATCH space wrestling. Help these boys get to 100 subscribers, and they will start doing their show, What's NXT Live. It's always a great show. Check it out. I believe they're at 74, 75 subscribers right now, so they're almost there. Like I said earlier, check out the Simple Man, Noah Foster. NoDQ.com/Noah or YouTube.com/users/Noah210. You can find Stephen Osborne on Twitter. You can go to NoDQ.com/Stefan. That's STEFAN. That'll take you to his Twitter, or you can Stephen R. Osborne, OSBORNE, and the R stands for restricted because he drops a lot of F-bombs. You can find his protege and captain or co-captain of the NXT party, Jerry Slaughter, on Twitter at NoDQGeneral. Keep supporting Aaron Rift over at NoDQ.com. You can find him on Twitter too at Aaron Rift. You can find NoDQ on Twitter. Follow them. NoDQ.com/shirts. That will take you to the Pro Wrestling Tees NoDQ store. They have plenty of shirts. Buy one. They're all good stuff. We have the Galaxy shirt, the review, the Fire Virtue, the panel, the NoDQ Wizard. Stephen Osborne has his own shirt. There's TJS. There's now here's the thing with Jeff Meacham. There's a bunch Talk Wrestling with Jeff Meacham. NoDQ Q&A, NoDQ CAW. There's a bunch. There's Simply Cindy. She's got hers. There's a Ladies in NoDQ shirt on there, which is Aaron with an E, Caitlin, and Cindy. Go have yourself a field day. New merch probably coming soon. Big G's got some stuff up there. The reigning and defending Wrestling Trivia Challenge champion Greg Cherry has his shirts up there as well. So there's all sorts of stuff to choose from. Again, that is NoDQ.com/shirts. Good stuff over there. I want to take a second to invite you all to find us on Facebook at our group Armbar. That's all capitals, ARMBAR, exclamation point. Always remember the exclamation point. Normally I have one drawn out, but it's over there somewhere. You can catch original series stuff on that page. You can, like with Armbar Radio, Jerry does a lot of memes, a lot of discussions, a lot of moderators and admins doing great things. It's growing very well, so join us. We're also looking for new members of the NX team to do episodes of Chopping Block, to do episodes of 205 Live Matters with Noah, and especially to do new episodes of the NXT party with Stefan and Jerry. So leave a comment below. All you need is Skype for this. If you don't have Facebook or Twitter or anything like that, just drop an email or a private message or a comment, and we'll hit you up and we'll find you stuff. Find you. Chris Mace, one of our members of the NX team, Stefan and Jerry found him just through straight email. That's how they got a hold of each other, and he's one of the most active members we have. So we would love to have you all aboard. Again, my name is Colin Andrew, the Cleaver. You can find me on this channel here, Colin, COLIN, space Andrew, ANDREW. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Colin26Andrew. Keep supporting NoDQ. Keep supporting Aftermatch Wrestling. Keep supporting 205 Live. Keep supporting What's NXT. Keep supporting the panel videos on NXT, or on NoDQ. My apologies. Keep all Aaron's live videos that he does after Raw and SmackDown and pay-per-views. Keep supporting it all. In the words of Noah Foster, let's just help grow this wrestling community together. Simple as that. So with that being said, I thank you all for watching. I thank you all for being here. I thank you all for watching and loving pro wrestling as much as I do. So I am the Cleaver Colin Andrew, and I hope you all have a great day. Thank you.